The moment y'all have been waiting for at least 3 weeks. We're back live, baby. Preseason races underway. Daytona Clash here for the NARAS Cup Series. Welcome in, everybody. As always, it's your man in the booth, Tyler Jones, here for Asphalt Racing Network, as we take it over for another season here for the NARAS Cup Series on Saturdays. Be sure to check us out on Fridays as well for the inaugural Season 1 Truck Series in just a few weeks. But right now, all eyes on majority of the drivers, as it is going to be a long preseason for a few of these guys. A lot of new people around trying to warm up to the track and the field around them, and we still have a lot of veterans with us as well. But of course, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys watching our videos that we were posting in the off season, or going back and rewatching some of our crazy highlights. It feels like it's been longer than just a few weeks before we declared a Season 2 champion. My man, who we call King Corey Rainey, who will be back on track here tonight, starting hopefully a season off with a bang, and the first win for him, Season 3 for the Cup Series. Driver meetings just finishing up, drivers on track warming up, and we have a few new names here on the list that we will see in the regular season, but as of right now, only a select few names have been able to make it. Of course, the Clash was not open to everybody. It was only open to pole sitters over the entirety of the season. So you're going to see a lot of names you are mostly familiar with. Mark Morton, driving for Steel City Racing now. Lucas Lewis returns this season, as it was a little up in the air if he was going to be back last season, but he is officially here to return one more time. JJ Moore takes the field as well. Isaiah Fox and a few others. While the cars are officially getting in their gridded positions, we're going to go ahead and show you exactly who is here with us tonight. As we still have comms on, we forgot to turn comms off. And we don't have trading paints loaded either. So bear with me for 1 second. We're going to have a quick message from our sponsor in just a few seconds, so I can get right back to our racing action here. We will be right back. We're not going to make you sit through commercial. We're good. We're back. We're ready to go. Starting grid on your screen. Well, starting grid is not showing. There we go. Starting grid showing right now. Kenneth Colson starting in the lead off the wheel spin for predetermined positions. JJ Moore in line 1. On the inside, Mark Morton with Isaiah Fox. Line 3 is Lucas Lewis and Brendan Carroll. 7th is Joshua Mason, Jordan Parker. 9th, Edmund, a.k.a. Wyatt Post, with Owen Lax returning for Season 3. Corey Rainey in 11th. Your Season 2 champion with DJ Vincent in 12th. Carden Hansen and Caleb Hess will round out the field. Here we go. Beautiful look. New paint schemes being debuted for Season 3. A lot on the line for these drivers tonight. Who will get the first win of the Season 3 preseason race here for the Daytona Clash? The Speed Weekend will officially start in possibly just one more pace lap. Now, of course, Corey Rainey's Season 2 champ has rebranded to RVR Racing. New team, a lot of the drivers you saw last season, at the end of the season, DJ Vincent, Mark Randall, Brandon Burkhardt, and Johnny Roadtruck will all be joining. Johnny, I believe, is a satellite team with RVR. Right now, it has been a heavy season for Jordan Parker in Season 2. Starting Season 3, he finally broke his SuperSpeedway 0-7 run. Will Daytona be the next redemption spot for him here tonight, which will give him that boost of momentum to possibly go back for another shot at a championship? Had a long, hard-fought season and just came up short due to a wreck early on in the race. Now is a good spot for him to possibly gain a lot of that momentum going early on into this season to push that powerhouse of Parker Motorsports forward. Of course, like we said, Owen Lax with us on the field tonight. He is making an appearance for Red Tail Racing today in the 19. Had a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday, belated birthday to Owen Lax. He is signed with Bowl Motorsports to race the number 40 Chevrolet for the 2026 season. Pace. Car lights are off. You guys know what time it is. It's almost the first call of the season. Pace car makes that sharp left turn off the track. Into the restart zone is Kenneth Coulson waiting at the flag stands. Green flag now in the air. Lap 1 now, almost complete as they are rounding 3 and 4. Kenneth Coulson started the lead. Lost it to J.J. Moore right now. Still in a strong position to possibly get it back. This is a lottery track. Daytona can be anybody's race at the end of the race, so you really can't hold anybody out too early. The name of the game is save. You want to save in that draft. The farther back you are, the more draft you get, especially if you can get all your manufacturers tied up together. It could really give you that boost that you need. Unfortunately tonight, there's only 2 Toyotas. Steel City Racing's Mark Morton is on his own right now, with only one more Toyota on the field, that being the 7 of Brandon Carroll. And they are split by a few drivers. Morton in 3rd currently, Carroll in 9th. J.J. Moore in the Gatorade number 5, still in the lead. Top 5, Kenneth Coulson still up there in 2nd place. Mark Morton in the 99 this season in 3rd. Lucas Lewis in 4th. Joshua Mason rounding out your top 5 right now. Seems to be single file all the way around, using that high line to their advantage. The 99 of Mark Morton is going to dive low, trying to overtake JJ. Now is side by side, little bit of contact. Mark under the yellow line, gets back up clean. No worries very early on to the racing. You don't want to see a caution come out of lap 3. This is an endurance shootout. 75 laps, no stages. The only breaks these drivers are getting is when they go to pit road or if a wreck comes out under caution. You're really seeing that low line try to be a very dominant line right now. It is a little bit harder to pass on that low side if you could pin it to that yellow, but we all know that high side gets a lot of momentum exiting the corners. You don't burn too much tire there, but you've got to worry about that tire rubber buildup on that high side. Doesn't really get you too loose overall as the longer the race goes on, but you don't want to really be using that high line too much. If a wreck does happen, it's normally going to wash up high. If you're pinned at that wall already running your line, you're going to be in that wreck. So you're seeing a lot of those drivers not wanting to use that high side to advantage right now. They're trying to stay in draft as much as possible. Only 4 cars on the high side, rest of the field on low. Little bit of brakes back from the 6th car backwards, that being the 18 of Kenneth Colson. Starting to see a little bit of a group up in the middle line right there, but not so much. We're seeing really good driving here on so far. Drivers are doing their most. Doing the most, trying to keep it clean and also stay around in draft as well. Five of J.J. Moore has held the lead since lap 1 right now. Lucas Lewis now in second, fighting side by side with Mark Morton. High side starting to get a run a little bit still. Only 5 cars up there, so not many people wanting to jump to that high side. Car in the wall. There's a 3-car of Carden Hansen in the wall. Behind 5th place, we have the 10-car of DJ Vinson, driver for RVR Racing, their rebrand this season. Vinson is now moved up to 4th on a good run there in the beatbox number 10. Joshua Mason returning in the 88, sitting in 7th. 8th place right now, the 57 of Wyatt Post, who has expanded his team to a 3-car team this season for the rookie. Officially a rookie season for him. He is running for Titans Motorsports this season. Just behind him, in 10th place, 65 of Caleb Hess. A man we didn't see much of halfway on in the season of last year. Now officially makes his return and is trying to be a dominant driver right now. Carden Hansen in the lead, fighting with Morton on the high side. Morton doesn't have much help behind him. Carden holding it comfortable. JJ not too far behind in 4th place. He's led at 6 laps of the race. Morton now in the lead for, I believe, the first time tonight. If he can hold it for a lap. He's already led 3, but it's a little hard for him to hold him for more than 3 laps. Not many cars on that high side, but they are managing to hold it well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us here, welcome in. You are watching the NARAS Season 3 Preseason Daytona Clash. Now underway, speed week for the NARAS. Drivers have officially started 9 laps ago, and we still have a huge season ahead of us. Looking quick to our actual season. Graphics on your screen now. We are at the Clash. Daytona qualifying will be next week. Then we go to the duels. First race of the regular season in red is the Daytona 500. Charlotte will be our all-star race week 17 and 18. And then we go to the playoffs week 31 for Chicagoland to start the round of 16. And we will be back at Homestead, Miami for one more season going green. for the playoff race. We saw it last season. One hell of a race. Lot of wrecks, lot of misfortune for the Final Four drivers. Will the same thing happen again this season? DJ making a good jump to the low line. You saw a little bit of sparks there. Slight contact to that back bumper of, I believe that was the 4-car Corey Rainey. And is now fighting for that lead position on the outside of Mark Morton. Corey Rainey now finds himself in 4th place. That is your returning champion from Season 2. He had a hell of a season last year. 2 wins, 21 weeks apart, and had to fight his way into that Final Four race. Had a lot of misfortune during that Final Four race, but found himself in a good enough position by the end of that race to solidify that championship race. Hansen up high, made contact with Rainey. Rainey into the wall on that right rear, but was able to manage it. Now only 3 cars on the high side. They're going to lose a lot of that momentum. Hansen's going to go up high, try to pass Vincent for that lead. Still a huge churning line on that bottom side. We've had multiple lead changes here so far, and we know that's not going to change by the end of this race. 75-lap shootout, lap 12, now officially completed. We are going to, lap 11 officially completed, on to 12. Who will be able to pull away from this pack and hold on strong? That is really the question right now. We've seen a magnitude of lead changes before we've even hit the halfway point of this race. Mind you, Coulson started in pole. He's now back in 9th. Vincent started in 12th. He is officially in 1st. Pulling away with J.J. Moore right now on the low side. They are linked up in that bottom side pretty well. Carden Hansen started in, I believe, 14th place. He finds himself in 4th right now. Mark Morton, where he started, just a position shy right now. J.J. Moore started in 2nd, still in 2nd. Top 5, not really where it started off. 2 biggest movers of the night. DJ Vincent, Carden Hansen in the top 3 right now. I mean, you've got to think these 3 cars on the outside have had no draft help other than a little bit of that side draft, and side draft really does make a difference. But the fact that they have been holding on strong to those top 7 cars is immaculate. One of them just dropped in low, left the other 2 out to dry. '99 of Morton, still trying to make it work. Goes low, knows the draft is where it needs to be to catch up. DJ Vincent still in the lead. Carden Hansen now with him. Line slowly catching up to the leaders. Vincent and Moore were breaking away from the pack for a very long time there. They have slowly started to dial it back in. Morton goes to the high side with the 4 of Rainey, but there's not enough room there for them. There's not enough momentum there, shall I say, for them to be able to manage that high side. They're going to try it again. Morton has a clean line on the outside. That is his preferred lane. If they have enough side draft, they'll be able to pull themselves up. But it's going to be kind of difficult for both of those cars to get back in. So you're going to have to wonder, is one car going to ditch the other to go to the low side to keep the momentum, or are they just going to keep falling back to the rear of the field? They've already lost at least 2 positions themselves right now, falling even harder. Huge gap between the 3 and the 24 of Lucas Lewis on the low side. Good racing so far from the field here. The first preseason race, the Daytona Clash for the NARAS Cup Series. We're going to go ahead and throw it to a quick commercial break. Go ahead and get your drinks, take your bathroom breaks. We will be back with you in just a few short moments. Here we go to our picture-in-picture.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on. Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force it off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Frisch on the bottom.
Bouchard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As they're still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
We are back here. Non-stop action. Hope you guys like the new picture-in-picture view for Season 3. DJ Vincent still holds the lead strong now. JJ Moore still on the outside. Holding second place strong. Lucas Lewis in third. Mark Morton in first. Joshua Mason now up into fifth. Running at your top 5. These are their gains on the tower. You can see them. The gains overall on the night as now they take lap 23. Going into 1 and 2. Vincent, the highest mover of the night. 11 positions up from where he started. Currently in the lead. Doing really good right now. Sporting that new team for RVR, go ahead and throw the manufacturers up for you as well, so you can see which manufacturer dominates this field tonight. You see two lone Toyotas, 3 Fords, and the rest of the field is Chevys. Chevys are sitting pretty stacked from 8th to 13th right now. Only 2 in the top 5. That is the 3 car of Carden Hansen and the 18 of Kenneth Coulson. Right now, Mark Morton in the lead. Corey Rainey just behind. DJ Vinson, 2 teammates stacked up. Name of the game is Draft. We all know the draft is what really makes or breaks you here. Being in the lead kind of kills your momentum. It kills your speed. It kills your gas tank, to be honest. You don't get as much gas as the rest of the field, of course, because they are the ones that are kind of preserving it in your draft. So we might see a little bit of an earlier pit cycle for Vincent. JJ Moore did hold the lead for a little bit, but not too long. Morton's touched a few laps in the lead, but he hasn't held it as dominant so far tonight. So we're going to have to pay attention here as pit cycles are going to come up, most likely. Tires really can make this race. I mean, you could get a fresh set of tires if you spin out. You know, you lock them up, you drag them sideways for a long period of time. You might want to take some fresh tires, get the heat out of them. But I feel like they might be able to make it on tires for the night. Looking back right now, sitting in 10th place, the 88 of Joshua Mason with his team behind him, the 5 car of JJ Moore, the 9 of Jordan Parker, the 19 of Owen Lax, just behind those cars. Jordan is looking to recover. Over the offseason, he has sustained a knee injury and an ankle injury at the same time. He has said that he's had it for a few years, but just recently it's been giving him more problems. He did state a few of these problems even during the Final Four championship race at Homestead last season. It was giving him a little bit of an issue. He didn't know how long he would be able to make it for that race, was able to fight through it, but it's kind of started coming back again for that knee. And then, of course, the ankle injury just came a few days prior to this race. So, I mean, Parker right now really having to fight through a lot of that pain. And I believe it's in his right driver's foot, too. So it's a lot of gassing, a lot of braking. It's probably better for him to be sitting in the back of that pack. He doesn't have to consistently be on that gas. He can let off for a long amount of time, then be able to get back into it. So, right now, not a really good place Parker wants to be sitting before the season opener at Daytona for the 500, but hopefully he will be able to heal soon. But, of course, the 88 of Joshua Mason, like I said, in 10th place, still running for the team. Same with JJ Moore and Christopher Franz. They all have just recently re-signed their contracts with Parker Motorsports. The biggest question is, out of those drivers, who could be the first to extend for 2027? JJ, a newcomer, not only to the series itself and the league, but also to the team, came in and dominated the first few races he had, went back-to-back wins, insane knockout, led the entire race for, I believe, his second win. Only his second debut last season. So, I mean, very dominant driver. Will he continue to stay with Parker Motorsports? Will he be the first one to extend it? Joshua Mason, we've already seen, have a lot of history with Jordan Parker right now. He's been comfortable with the team. They seem to have really good strategy. Will he be the first one to extend it as well? I mean, of course, Christopher Franz, like we said, has signed as well. He was battling a little bit of a licensing issue to be able to make it to the track. He fought really hard last season to try to get it back up, to consistently stay on the track. Lost it again. Of course, not here tonight, but he will be here for the 500 as long as all goes well and they clear him off his licensing. But that is the biggest question. Which one of those three drivers will be the first one to extend for the 2027 season? Lap 30 of 75 right now. Mark Morton still in the lead. We are almost to the halfway point of this race. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, no stage breaks. This is the endurance race in these Gen 6 cars. Morton currently leading 13 laps on the night overall. You see his position. Doesn't have a team registered. Still preseason, but he is driving for Steel City Racing. Steel City has signed that contract. The end of the season of Season 2, first pickup was that 99 of Mark Morton, formerly in the 8 car. Steel City's also picked up Jeffrey Bourne from Right Time, as well as Aaron Wright. Then we also made an addition as well from Right Time on behalf of the 99, who extended the olive branch and talked to the owner of Steel City Racing to bring in Tristan Pena from Right Time as well, who I feel like is going to be a good, dominant driver here, especially for his rookie season. There's a lot of talent in this rookie season for Season 3, and I'm telling you, not most of them are new to iRacing. They've been around for a very long time, but of course are new to the league, new to the series, so it's going to be an insane fight just to see who's going to get the Rookie of the Year battle. While we're sitting here waiting, we'll go ahead and show you. While we're sitting here watching, shall I say, we're not waiting. The finish will come. Let's go ahead and look at the weather at the track for the night. Of course, the temperature is 66 degrees in the air here in Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida. 2 mile per hour wind to the northeast, so not so bad for them, not as windy as the 500 we just watched just a week ago. Of course, clear skies and a beautiful night here with only 42% humidity in the air tonight, so not much moisture for these drivers, not having to battle too much wind on those cars. That does make a difference on the draft. Of course, 75 laps for the night. 37.5 laps will be your halfway point. And of course, we are on lap 33 right now. 34 this time by the line. Mark Morton currently your leader with only 4 lead changes overall in the night. It's been a lot of back and forth from the same drivers. A lot of people in rhythm right now. Steel City Racing's very own Mark Morton in a Busch scheme, running the pack along behind him in the lead, representing one of the only 2 Toyotas on the field here tonight. And for all of you watching at home, we will be extending our broadcasts to a dual stream. Of course, preseason exclusively here for NARAS on YouTube. But we will have a dual stream on the Asphalt Racing Network's home channel on Twitch for the 500 as well as here on YouTube. So if you would like to go ahead and drop us a follow on Twitch as well, we would appreciate it. You can find us on Twitch at T-Bone6007 with an underscore at the end. That is where we host the Right Time ARCA Series and the Right Time Truck Series Wednesday and Thursday. That will go live March 4th and 5th. And then right after that, we go into the qualifying session on Friday for NARAS. And then we'll be back on Saturday as well. About 5 days a week, we are live here for the Asphalt Racing Network, and we love what we do. We appreciate all the fans that make this happen. We appreciate all the drivers that dedicate time out of their weekends and their weeks to do what they do best and give you guys the show you deserve. Lap 36 right now. This time by on the line will start lap 37. When they make that halfway point on the backstretch, it will be the halfway mark of the race. The 99 of Mark Morton and the 3 of Hansen are the only 2 to go in pits right now. Corey Rainey cycles to the leader as he was sitting just behind Morton. DJ Vincent just behind him. Kenneth Coulson back up into the top 3 right now. With Wyatt Post sitting behind in 4th. Who will be the next set of cars to go in, and will that hurt the Toyotas? Two Fords in this time as well. Rainey, Vincent, and a Wyatt Post all in this time by 3 Fords. A lot of team manufacturing right now. Kenneth Coulson will cycle to the lead. Halfway point of this race. Now done. And of course, pit cycles now wide open under green flag racing. Great racing from these drivers here tonight. A little bit of a mishap early on. Corey Rainey made it into that wall. But of course, no accidents yet. These guys have been clean and clear for as much as they possibly can. Hansen now down a lap. Morton back 46 seconds just in front of the leaders right now. Kenneth Coulson almost passed Mark Morton. Morton jumped up into that low line to get that momentum in draft. That is a smart move. Instead of falling to the back of the pack, stay in front. He is technically allowed to fight for that position as he's the first car that would be a lap down. Now you're seeing Kenneth Coulson go into the pits with Brandon Carroll. Brendan Carroll, a Toyota, pitting with a Chevy. Little bit of a mishap there. Carroll didn't follow his other manufacturer teammates into pits. Might come back to hurt him. Lucas Lewis, now currently your leader. 99 of Mark Morton is 46 seconds back, so almost an entire lap down, but still managing to stay a lap ahead. You see Coulson there in the Wrangler scheme. Lewis comes in. Hess, Mason. Actually, Mason's in the dirt a little bit there. Will not be able to pit. Overshot the entry. Did not want to cause an accident. Will have to return onto the track and go around again. That's going to mess up the entire strategy for Mason. Can hurt the team a little bit. But J.J. Morin, Fox, Lewis, Parker, Lax, and Hess all into pits that time by. Josh Mason has to go around one more time, which is going to put him in a really tough position now. Could possibly put him a lap down. A lap down and then some, to be honest. Caleb Hess out of pits. Isaiah Fox behind J.J. Moore, then Jordan Parker, Owen Lax. DJ Vincent in 7th place. On track, moving up through the ranks as the other cars try to regain on the field. They have the momentum to pass. And now DJ Vincent and Wyatt Post will now take 1 and 2 as Joshua Mason now finally gets himself into pits this time. Horrible camera angle. Joshua Mason gets himself into pits this time. He will fall a lap down. Decent gap behind him. Would say a sizable gap behind them. Looking here at our blimp cam. ARN blimp cam in the skies. That is your first and second position sitter. DJ Vincent and Edmund Post on your screen right now. In third, a ways not too far back, is Caleb Hess and Isaiah Fox in the 09. With JJ Moore not too far behind. Behind them is Jordan Parker leading his pack with the 19 of Owen Lax, the 99 of Mark Morden, and the 3 of Cardin Hansen. Rounding out your top 10 by himself is Brendan Carroll. A ways behind that pack in front and about 13 seconds back from the leader. Lucas Lewis in 11th, not too far behind him. Kenneth Coulson. Then Joshua Mason, who had to pit really late, with Corey Rainey in that pack. Getting passed right now by Isaiah. Your leaders just in front. Caleb Hess now cycles to the lead. Isaiah Fox, JJ Moore in third. Seems DJ jumped back or fell back with Wyatt to work with the RVR team owner of Corey Rainey. Keep him in draft so he didn't lose much more time. Lucas Lewis now in 11th place, finally picked back up with Brendan Carroll. Lucas in the 24. He's making one final Cup Series start for Parker Motorsports tonight. They are a ways back from the leader of Caleb Hess, who is also making a final Cup Series start for Parker Motorsports. Driving the Jordan Parker famed number 65. The 65 car will be filled with a rotation of drivers like Gage Burns, making a return for the Daytona 500, trying to race his way into next Saturday night, bearing he doesn't qualify in on speed. So that is going to be a really big thing for a lot of people that don't understand what goes on. The clash is strictly for your pole sitters throughout the season. I think he might have opened it up, the league might have opened it up a little bit more, but it originally was for your pole sitters of the season. I believe it went to pole sitters and winners. Could be wrong on that. Of course, your qualifying is going to make or break your race for the 500. That will set your starting grid. Then, of course, your duels will finish out your grid entirely and make your field for the 500. So you really want to make that qualifying spot. You don't want to be stuck in the duel fighting for your chance to get in. It can hurt you. You see a lot of overdriving sometimes in those duels, which cause a lot of wrecks. I mean, same thing here. Duel 1, if it goes clean, sometimes Duel 2 is a little bit of a massacre, vice versa. If Duel 2 is a little bit of a Duel 1's a little bit of a massacre, you know Duel 2 goes clean. So it's a little tricky Drivers are really going to have to be walking on eggshells there, but they're going to have to make it in. That is going to be the biggest thing. That qualifying run is going to be a make or break situation for a lot of people. And of course, if you don't make it to the 500, you don't race the 500, we'll see you next week in week 2. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot on the line, especially for a lot of our rookie drivers. Caleb Hess right now, still in the lead. 7 laps led to this point in time on the night. He has made a good run up. He started in 13th place and is now sitting currently in first as your leader for the last 7 laps. Fastest time was a 44.708 at 200 miles per hour. If that ain't some speed, I don't know what is. $27 more laps to go here. The Daytona Clash. Little view from our spotter stand on the track here tonight. It's exactly what this spotters in their ears are seeing around the track. Caleb in the 65, still in the lead. J.J. Moore in second place with the 09 of Isaiah Fox in third. Going in fourth place is DJ Vincent. Corey Rainey locked on that bumper. Rainey is a lap down at the end of the field in 14th place. Wide post just behind. In 5th. Running that 57. Still looking from the spotters. Eagle eye in the stands. All the way up top of the grandstands. 19th. Well, the 19 in 6th place. Owen Lax leading his 3-car pack of Mark Morton in the 99 and Carden Hansen in the 3. Jordan Parker in 9th in the 9-car. Solo right now. Brandon Carroll in 10th. Not too far behind. Still picked up with Lucas Lewis in 12th place. We have the 18 of Kenneth Colson by himself. Joshua Mason just behind. About to go a lap down as the leaders are slowly approaching. That is still the 65 of Caleb Hess. $24 more laps to go. 5 cars all caught up now. Nice pack they got rolling. 7 cars all in a single file line. Colson now officially a lap down. Probably going to join them in the rear of that pack. And does. Now he just has to maintain that draft. Doesn't want to lose it. It's really going to hurt him. Not staying in that draft. It's already kind of hurting him how far back he is. 3 cars a lap down right now. If a caution were to come out, the 88 of Joshua Mason would be the one to get the lap back. 23 laps to go. With his final start for Parker Motorsports in the 65. Caleb Hess is looking to solidify a possible win here tonight. First win of the season at the Daytona Clash. Still a lot of time to go. Roughly another 20 some odd minutes before we can even claim a victor here tonight. little bit of a breakup in pack. 3 cars using a high line, a lot of dancing. Corey Rainey into his teammate of DJ Vincent. Caution out this time by. DJ wrecked on track. Lot of damage. Trying to feel out the damage there. Rainey has a lot of damage too. Mason will be the one to get his lap back as the caution lights are on. Caution is out. Pace car is on the track. Rainey doesn't seem to have too much damage on his car. DJ Vincent is the one we're questioning. Who has the most damage, most likely? Looks a lot, possibly a lot of damage to that right front. Could be mistaken there. He seems to have the speed. Let's go ahead and go back to the replay. So we saw him move there. Vincent doesn't have much damage. He just slightly tapped the wall. We're going to have to back it up just a little bit farther. Go to Vincent's view here. Try to tighten it in with camera 1. So you saw a crazy move. The 09, back it up a little bit farther, Owen Lack style. The 09, see if we can get the chopper cam in the sky. The 09 dove down, or dove up in front of him with a little bit of a late block, which left DJ no choice but to go down. Pulled down probably just a little bit too hard. Rainey thought he was clear and went to go follow in with him. Unfortunately, made contact to the right rear quarter panel of his teammate. Sent him to the infield grass. DJ managed to hold on to the car before it came back up on track and caused a harder wreck. So not much damage accrued to the driver of the 10. But still a lot of damage, most likely. A lot of cars in this time. Almost the entire field topping up on gas just to make sure they can make it. That is most likely going to take that end stage strategy out of question. So now all drivers are pitting. Joshua Mason gets his lap back. Kenneth Coulson, Corey Rainey are still stuck 1 lap down as it took all the way to lap 55 for that caution to come out. DJ has some damage. 21-second pit stop. And still counting. So there is a little bit of damage to that car. "41 seconds and still going." The timer will stop at about a minute. So it'll probably just pop back. Or 60 seconds. So it might pop back to just like 1 second. Just don't mind that. Yeah, so he is going to be in pitch for a little bit longer than what we expected. Already a minute and 12 seconds into his pit stop. Corey Rainey about the same situation, a minute and 20 seconds into his pit stop. Most likely going to have Vincent go a lap down now. Rainey already a lap down. Pace car out on the track. They are rolling out of 3 and 4 right now. Should be choose cone this time by Wide Post is your leader. They both got out of pits. They will not go a lap down. Rainey still a lap down, will not accrue another lap. Vincent will still stay on lead lap as well. Very tough situation for those drivers that time by. We'll show the replay one more time before we go back green. Now caught back up with the field. First caution of the night, hopefully the last. Really clean race. Up until that point, just a little bit of a mishap. Now Mark Morton, Wyatt Post, will start side by side line 1. Line 2 will be JJ Moore and Hanson. 3 is going to be Hess and Carroll. 4 is Lewis and Parker. Rounding out in 9th and 10th in the 5th line will be Lax and Fox. Mason just behind with the free pass that time. Pace car off. Wide Post taking us back to green flag racing. First caution over with for the night. 17 laps to go. Mark Morton, Carden Hansen, Brandon Carroll, all on the top side right now. Carroll really lacking in the draft. Morton, a king of side draft, trying to use that momentum. You saw a few cars sling up to that high side. And we are seeing a 3 wide for the lead right now. This is the 19 of Lax taking it 3 wide. Isaiah Fox all over that rear bumper. Lax got a little bit loose there, was able to maintain it. They are 3 wide in line 3. Here is where the racing gets interesting, folks. Hold on to your seats and don't turn the channel. They are 3 by 3 in certain areas on the track. Top 2 lines are back 2 by 2. Lax now has the lead edged over Post. Fox now pushes up into second place. High side getting a good run here. JJ Moore jumps up to the top side. Post falling further and further back now in 6th place. DJ is going to drive through the middle on a 3 wide run there. Still not clear. Losing a little bit of momentum. Still 3 wide. In the rear of the field, they are all over the place. Side draft possibly getting them a little bit tight there. Owen currently your leader. 4 cars in that first pack, all single file on the top side. Here comes the next 2, Moore and Hansen. They all shoot low. Isaiah's getting aggressive. Jumps back high again. That's exactly what caused that first caution. Little bit of a bump from Lucas Lewis in the 24. Now it's Lax and Lewis, 1 and 2. Kenneth Colson in 13th place. For Race Chatter Racing, who is back in NARAS after their exit last season. They did come back to the NARAS officials and said, we just want to finish the season. So Kenneth Colson and team are back. Kenneth got into the clash from winning a pole last season and is here trying to start things right for RCR. Tough situation for him right now. In 12th, he was the pole sitter. Still has an opportunity to get it back. 14 laps to go. They do not know what line they want to stay in on the top side. These first 5 cars are fighting like dogs right now. Lucas Lewis officially takes the lead over Lax. Lax and Isaiah Fox slowly starting to lose that momentum as the low line scrunches up. There's at least 10 cars in that low side, still a little wiggly all over the track. Everybody trying to get a view in front of them. When can they make the move? Can they make the move? Is it available or a smart thing to make that move? You haven't seen anybody try it yet. Still following the 19 of Lax. He is slowly losing that momentum as Lucas Lewis now is finally in the lead. Last full-time start for Parker Motorsports. You saw the 99 of Morton jump up high. That is his preferred line. Now they're chugging along. Looks like lines are starting to get even. 2x2 racing is about to begin, most likely for the next 12 laps of this race. Only 12 more laps to go. First winner of the preseason will be announced in just 12 more laps. Low line has that momentum right now. High side's got to really pull it together if they want to get this win on the high side. They have the run. We've seen it before. They just have to get single file and actually stay bumper to bumper. Lax has been connected with the 9. The 24 just came up to the high side, put the 99 in the wall. That was a dirty block right there. 24 and the 09 have been called out for maneuvers like that before. Not a good way you want to start the regular season. There was a lot of blood out for Lucas Lewis in Season 2. Majority of friends not made for Lewis either in Season 2. And already starting Season 3 off with a bang. Late block. Puts the 99 in the wall. 99 now back 4 cars. Lost all that momentum in the high side. The 19 of Lax also dives low. High side losing momentum. They are 3 wide and a little bit squirrely back there. Back 2x2. That high side has got to get it together. Kenneth Colson jumps up. Colson now up into 8th place. This is the fight to watch. Caleb Hess, Lax side by side. At least 8 cars in that high line right now trying to make the run. Lax gives a huge bump to Carden. Lucas dives up again for another late block. Does not make it shake. Now is in the middle, 3 wide. Lax is on the bumper. Almost caused a wreck. Little bit of a check up there, too. That is Jordan Parker in the 9. Behind the 19. 2x2 they go. 9 laps of racing left here for the first race of the preseason. Daytona Clash Speed Week now started for NARAS Cup Series. Nine dives low. Almost gets loose off the 99. Longer this goes on, the harder it gets to call. Winner could be anybody. It's a lottery track. Right now, the 24 has got it where he wants it. Wide angle cam here. Here go the entire field. Seven laps to go. Lewis, Moore, Hess, Fox, Mason, all in top 5 right now. Lax, Parker, Morton, Carroll, and Colson round out your top 10. High side still doesn't have it managed. They are not going to be able to get the run they need. They are all over the place. 3 wide, back in 7th place. A little bit of a wall contact back there from the 09. High side in shambles. Single file racing majority for the low line. DJ Vincent and Corey Rainey now slowly trying to make it back up. Vincent sitting in 6th place. Rainey still a lap down. Rainey praying for a caution at this point in time. Oh, car's getting loose. Caution's out. 88's around in the backfield. J.J. Moore involved in that wreck as well. Carden Hansen. We're going to go ahead and back that up just a little bit. Go to Joshua Mason's point of view. See exactly what happened to cause that caution. A little bit of a bumper fest back there. 19 hit that apron and about sealed everybody's fate. J.J. Moore really impacted by that wreck. Now following Moore. The 3, 57, 5, 09, 88, 7. Insanely hard wreck. We're going to watch that in slow-mo here. You see the 19 go down, hit that line. Actually, it's a 65. The 19 goes with him. The 9 gets low on that apron too. 3 follows. 88 dove in too early, and it just caused a lot of carnage. 5 was running comfortably and clean in the middle to the 57. Spun him to the outside wall. He got the worst of that off the outside wall. Straight nose contact. Second caution of the night. Was kind of expected by the way we saw that driving there. Majority of drivers in that time. Mark Morton, Josh Mason, Brendan Carroll, Carden Hansen, Corey Rainey, and J.J. Moore all in pits. 1st through 8th has stayed out on track. Last pit for them was lap 56. Kenneth Colson hasn't pitted since lap 39. Josh Mason now out on the track. Carden Hansen now coming out as well. Billy's Morton, Carroll, Rainey, and Moore all in pits. Moore has been in pits for 2 minutes, 21 seconds and counting. Rainey in pits for a minute and 7. Mark in there for a minute and 5. And the minute mark just passed for Brandon Carroll. Lucas Lewis, your leader. Choose cone. This time by will be lap 72. Juice cone now underway. Everybody's gridded up. Lucas, Lewis, and Fox will be line one for this restart. Vincent now in third. Mason back up into fourth. Caleb Hess behind, rounding out your top five. Carton Hansen in sixth. Lax in seventh. Colson in eighth. Parker, the 9 car, in ninth. Post in 10th. Carroll in 11th. Morton in 12th. Rainey still, unfortunately, a lap down in 13th place. And J.J. Moore still in pits in 14th. Tough night for Moore. He was one of the dominant cars here on the field. He's led a lot of laps himself here tonight. Some of those cars are lucky to be able to make it out of that wreck alive. Now Lewis will take us back to green flag. This time by, once the pace car gets off, goes back down pit road. Who will win this race? That is the biggest question right now. Who will claim victory? Be the first one to put their name in the books for Season 3. Pace car off. Hopefully the last restart of the clash. Green flag out. Huge line on the bottom. Lucas Lewis still in the lead. 2 laps to go here. Lucas slowly moving up. 09 goes low. Lucas with another late block. 2 of the latest block drivers are now in the lead. Fox is going to be able to make his way up into position number 1. Lewis fighting for second. Low line is a churning. DJ Vincent now in second over Lucas Lewis. 2 more laps to go. 8 more corners to take. Will Fox be able to get the first victory of the preseason? Vincent now side by side on Fox. Fox cannot block him. White flag. Final lap. No more cautions. 65 in the wall. 3 wide. DJ out front right now. Will he block the 24 on the low side? Not many more corners to take. They're all wiggly in the back end. Lucas Lewis falling down. Caleb Hess takes the lead back. There's a wreck in the backfield. Caleb has 3 other cars, Colson and Mason. Will they be able to fight for it? No fight. Caleb Hess will take your first victory in the preseason race here at the Daytona Clash. Insane finish. Caleb Hess gets the first victory of the season here with his last full-time start in the 65 for Parker Motorsports. Mason takes second place as he congratulates his teammate right there on the cool-down lap. Kenneth Colson finishes in third. Wyatt Post in fourth. Parker in fifth, rounding out your top 5. Now it's Hess's turn to burn it down, be the first one this season to do it. Caleb Hess still burning it down on the field right now. Driving backwards through pit lane. He burns it down. Insane finish. Wreck after the white flag was waved. No more cautions. And that solidified the fate of Caleb Hess there that time. We're going to go ahead and hit this replay and watch exactly what happened. This is just as the wreck was evolving. Hit you with the chopper cam here. Go with the blimp cam, actually. See exactly what happened with the wreck. You see, they were 3 wide in the backfield for a long time. 18 came down a little bit on the 10. 10 went up. 09 went up as well. Spun the 3 car out. 24 also was involved in that wreck. Parker just got around that wreck. They all washed up as a group pack to the outside line. Carden Hansen backwards on the field. In the wall backwards. Then got killed by the 7 car that allowed Caleb Hess to pass the line in the lead and solidify the first victory for his last full-time start for Parker Motorsports. Insane finish. You cannot make this up. Daytona racing at its finest. And of course, as always, top 3 interviews from Kenneth Coulson, Joshua Mason, and Caleb Hess. What a finish. I cannot say that enough. What a finish. Let's see. Driver should have had enough time. Go ahead and see if we can get a word with Kenneth Coulson there. Doing good. Just give me 1 second. Got to get you mic'd up here. Dude, insane. Absolutely insane. Why am I... Of course. Yeah, no, I'm great. Trying to get some audio here. That'd be nice if we can get... Nope, still not wanting to work for me. Oh man, don't you love it? First race back after a few weeks, and you know, it's just...
You're getting it all worked out. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, there we go. We got you.
Hey, I'm with Taylor. Let's go.
Well, definitely not the finish you wanted. I mean, you were able to negate the wreck and finish in top 3. But
no, let's go. Like, awesome. Like, I went from a lap down, battled back. Love it. Like, we came back. Like, sometimes in these races, you're gonna have sticky situations, and you just gotta battle back. And that's what we did. We just battled back. Yeah, I took it 3 wide a few times, but I was trying to be very cautious. I mean, we bumped a little bit, but that's restricted plate racing. So sorry to the guys if I felt like I didn't wreck anybody. Tried not to. Try to work with everybody and be kosher. Yeah, I got a little bit of a run sometimes and bumped somebody a little hard, but it wasn't intentional. It was just like, whoa. So just a lot of fun.
So first race out of the way now. I mean, of course, it's not a points race. It's bragging rights. But the jitters now for Season 3 are officially gone. Started in a pole position. That was probably nerve-wracking for you to have to take the flag to bring everybody to green. How are you feeling at the very beginning start of this race? And what was kind of your plan for these 75 laps?
My plan was just to stay clean, stay up towards the top. Towards the top 5, top 6. Just kind of hang out, get a good feel, because haven't raced with some of these guys and stuff like that. Just get a feel for everybody, and then green flag pit stops. Green flag pit stops was on. I didn't know if I should have went with the Fords or the Chevys, because we were a Ford last year, and then we went to Chevy. I was kind of stuck in the middle. Weird spot, but pitted. I just took this race as like a learning experience to get to learn everybody, and just to be clean and just race hard and just be clean and just have fun. Like I took this race as just having fun. Like when Parker was talking about in the drivers meeting yesterday, the Clash is all about having fun, bragging rights, stuff like that. That's how I took it. And then just working with whoever would work with me. Like I'm an open book. I'll work with whoever. Fords, Toyotas, Chevys, this race was all about having fun, Tyler. That's what it really was. And that's how I took it.
I mean, that's a good way to look at the preseason race. Of course, you want to be a little bit competitive, get your bragging rights, be the first winner of the season. But I mean, for you guys coming back for Race Chatter Racing, after exiting last season, I feel like, didn't get the win, started in pole, was able to finish third. It's putting you in a really good spot momentum-wise for our qualifying, and then, of course, the 500.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And I've got 2 of my drivers that were in Race Chatter. They're rooting me on. That means a lot. We're trying to build like more team camaraderie, and we're trying to work. We're focused on finishing the season. That's our biggest thing. And as a team, trying to, and I feel like me as the owner, me being in this race, really tried to be like, hey guys, we can do this. Like, yeah, I went a lap down during this race and then came back. Like, I'm trying to build, like, you may get wrecked out of races and stuff like that, but we're trying to build to where finish races, finish team points, and we're really working on getting the team points goal. That's our goal this season. It's not about driver, like single individual. We're trying to build a team mindset here. We really are. So.
Well, now that the Clash is over for you, what is your goal for the next 2 weeks? Where do you want to see yourself and your team? Of course, you were in the Clash because of a pole earlier in Season 2, but now that it's going to the duels that are going to solidify positions and the qualifying gridding, what is not only your goal but your team's goal?
So my team's goal is get our paint schemes. That's number 1. Number 2 is to I will not be able to run the 500 because of military obligations, but in the duels and stuff like that, I will work with my teammates to get them the best finish ever, to really drive home that team, like we're team first and stuff like that, and especially as the owner, and to really try to be not negative, have like a really positive mindset going into the season and everything like that, just to get them the best finish they can at the duels. That'd be my goal. for the next 2 weeks.
Well, of course, before we let you go and enjoy the rest
Yes,
of your
sir.
weekend, as always, you're the first person of the season
Hey.
to be able to do this. Do you have any shout
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Heck yeah, I appreciate you, Tyler, man. You're doing an awesome job. Awesome broadcast. Love it, man. Can't wait to watch it.
Well, we appreciate you. And, of course, we appreciate your service to this great nation. Unfortunately,
Yes,
we won't be
sir.
able to see you for the 500, but we hope to see you come back strong in week 2.
It'll be week 3. I'll be at
Week
Vegas.
3, okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Jordan already knows about it. We've already chatted. It sucks, but hey, you got to do what you got to do. I hit 18 years this year. I'm proud of it. Trying to get to that 20, and then, hey, y'all have it.
Well, congratulations on your 3rd place finish tonight. We look forward to seeing you back in week 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. That was your 3rd place finisher. A very happy Kenneth Coulson. Love to see it. Love to see the energy after a race, especially one of this caliber. It was a pretty tough race for a lot of people. He had still high spirits at the end and is definitely looking forward to a possible win here this season. Set a pole last season, but is still looking for that win. Now, on to our 2nd place finisher. That would be our buddy, Josh Mason.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Well, you you somehow survived. I don't know how you did it. You somehow survived the last wreck before that white flag wreck, where it was, I think, the highest moving driver out of everybody that was involved in all of that, and was able to walk away with a decent finish. Of course, it's not the finish you wanted. It's not the win, but you're able to walk away in 2nd place. You started in 7th. What was really your goal here overall in the night? Of course, team strategy, teamwork, but what were your individual goals here for the Clash?
My individual goal for the Clash was mainly to just sit back, relax, enjoy what was going to happen, and obviously we knew there's going to be some crashes here and there, and try our best to avoid them. And then near the end, push as hard as you can, and maybe get in the top 3.
Well, I mean, I'd say you did that pretty well. You got your top 3 spot. I mean, you had to work pretty hard for it at one point in time, battling lap down drivers, battling a lap down yourself, missed entry to pits, which I thought really would have sealed your night for you, but you were able to make it back off of that. Kind of, let's talk us through that pit cycle for you. You had a really big misfortune there. Had to go all the way through the infield to get back up on the track. I'm assuming it was just everybody in front of you kind of caused you to hit your brakes a little bit harder, and it just didn't work out in your favor.
Yeah, it was mainly that. Because Lucas kind of locked up his brakes, I was right behind him, so I was kind of cautious and a little bit eerie on what he was going to do next. And I just did not want to hit him. That was the main goal. But I'm surprised myself that I was able to get back on the lead lap just because of that.
Well, I mean, it was a pretty tough fight there, too. You were fighting Rainey for that lapped position at that time. That caution came out. You were the highest lap down driver, only 3 of you at that point in time. After you got that lap back, and it kind of put you back into that fight with only a few more laps to go, you know, how determined were you? Of course, you knew the racing started getting a little bit more hectic. There were a lot of guys making late blocks. Few drivers that we're not going to name that are very notorious for making those late blocks. But, you know, what was your goal to maneuver yourself around the field to get either the win or just the highest finishing position you can get?
Well, after that caution, the main thing was just to stick with teammates because we had the majority of the cars no matter what. And if we stuck together, we'd may eventually get to the front of the pack, no matter what. But when it came down to, the last few laps, I had to make a tough decision. It was either stay in the longest line at the back or go to the top side and get fourth.
Well, man, I feel like you did a pretty good job with a lot of the stress there. Being a lap down driver is not fun. Then having to fight for that position with another lap down driver and then evading every single wreck at the end of the race there. I mean, it's a pretty tough situation that you find yourself in. Once again, showing why you're a part of Parker Motorsports, why your name is always in talks for a possible win, being able to come back when you feel like you're down and out. Now that the clash is over, we're on to the duels and the qualifying. How are you feeling about your possible starting grid position for the 500? Of course, it's the entirety of the 500, so it's going to be a long race. But how are you feeling, about where you're going to possibly be sitting for that 500 on the 7th?
Well, we both know that I do good near the back of the starting grid when we, do the qualifying and everything. So I'm not really too worried about where I'm going to start. But I normally do best working my way through the field during the night. I never like being in the front just because I know that something's going to happen and it's going to include me in it no matter what.
Well, man, it's a pretty good strategy to have. It's better to sit in the back, use that draft, try to stay away from majority of the situations in front, which we've seen you do time and time again in Season 2. So, I mean, hopefully everything pans out for you. I can't wait to really see where you're going to be starting, because I know you're still going to give it 100% in the duels and the qualifying position. But, of course, a lot of talent on the track around you this season, as it was last season. Of course, before I ask you about your shout-outs, I kind of want to pick your brain a little bit and see how you feel about this rookie class that you're having to fight against with now. There's a lot of heavy hitters in that class, one of which who is actually fighting for the Contender Series for the eNASCAR League at this point in time for iRacing. And I feel like it's just pretty stacked. JJ Moore, you got DJ Vincent, Brandon Burkhart wasn't here tonight, Tristan Pena, Jeffrey Bourne, Aaron Wright, just to name a few names. How are you feeling about this entire rookie class?
Well, half of those names I don't even know who the hell they are, but DJ, he's a good guy, no doubt about it. He's a little too aggressive here and there. Had little incidents here and there, but honestly, I'm just hoping that they can not just keep up with us, but at least show the same respect that we would show them.
I mean, it's fair. It's an honest answer. Can't go wrong with that. Well, of course, before we let you go for the night, we're going to ask you one more question. And that is the question everybody gets to rant and rave about for at least 5 minutes apiece. Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give to anybody here tonight?
Of course I do. Of course I do. Of course, gotta shout out my mom for, always supporting me here in go-karting. And gotta shout out my friends that actually watch these, if they ever do end up watching them. And, of course, gotta shout out my team for, of course, having my back whenever I need help.
All right. Hey, look, can't go wrong. Smart man putting your mom first. Well, congratulations on your second place finish tonight. Look forward to seeing what you're going to be able to do at the 500 along with the rest of your team. Hopefully, we will be talking to you next week after the duels. After the duels. And then, of course, hopefully we'll be talking once again at the 500.
Yeah, I'm hoping that too.
All right, Mason, you have a good one, man.
You too.
And that was your second place finisher, Joshua Mason, with a very short, concise little shout out there. And I'm actually surprised. Normally everybody wants to give the craziest amounts of shout outs on the first race back of the season, which is completely understandable. But there is only one more interview to go, and I'm afraid. I'm not going to say I'm afraid. I feel like he's been comfortable for a decent amount of time now. I see him muted and deafened, so give me 1 second to make sure we're actually going to get an interview from him. Oh, he's unmuted and deafened. He's been yelled at. He's probably watching. All right, let's get him in here. Caleb Hess.
What is going on, Tyler?
This man is psyched. I love it. Congratulations. Last
Thank you, dude.
full-time start for Parker Motorsports, and you pulled the win out of the bag of tricks we knew you had up your sleeve. How are you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm so pumped that I could bring a win to this team, the 15th win. Oh, and it just feels amazing.
You started in 13th place.
Yeah, dude, I seem to have lucked out on the lottery.
Literally, highest mover of the night up in the top 10. 12 plus positions from where you started. The second was right behind you. Your teammate for the night, the 88 of Mason. You held on to that lead as long as you could after that second restart. Take us through what you were thinking when you cycled out to the lead.
Dude, I was just thinking that I'm gonna put this car in victory lane no matter what. Like I was gonna throw crazy blocks. I would have wrecked myself before I even thought to back off.
Now, of course, it was a little tough there. You had the 10 pushing you from behind. It seemed like, you had the 10 pushing the 09 from behind, the 24 side by side. The 09 and the 24 are notorious for late blocks. Were you a little weary of that last restart going to green, knowing that there possibly was going to be a wreck in front of you?
Yeah, I was very nervous, but when Lucas and Isaiah crossed spots, I saw an opportunity because they hit, and I started running into the back of the 10, hoping I can just clear maybe one or two cars.
I mean, you made good moves there at the end to be able to put yourself in the lead. Now, the biggest question is, how much is this momentum going to give you going forward into the duels in the qualifying?
Well, this is my one and only cup race, so I'm not participating in any more. But you could catch me in the trucks. You could see me tearing it up down in that series.
See, that is information I did not know. I figured this would have just been your last full-time start for Parker Motorsports, not just for the Cup Series in total.
Yeah, this is it. You might see me back here next season, but not this one, unfortunately.
I mean, hey, man, what a way to show up and show out and then tell them to eat my dust.
Yeah, last cup race.
Last cup race gets the win. I mean, what else can go better than that? So, of course, will be full-time competitor in the Truck Series. That will be on Fridays, right before the Cup race. So hopefully you give us a little bit more to talk about throughout the weeks there. Since you are going to be full-time competitor in the trucks, how are you feeling about that? I mean, most of our fans know we've been talking about it for weeks. There is going to be a Season 1 truck season. You know, when Season 3 comes around for the Cup, we are just literally a few weeks away from green flag on the inaugural Season 1. How are you feeling about the trucks? How are you comfortable in those trucks? And do you feel like you're possibly going to push yourself all the way to a championship run?
I have full confidence that I will be in the championship. That is my one goal, is get in that Final Four and bring it home for Parker Motorsports. Bring home another championship for an already historical team.
Well, I mean, can't go wrong there. Do what you can and do what you're best at. You've already shown us you've got one hell of a momentum run right now. This is really going to help you with the Truck Series, as now you've got your first win, possible last win for this season for the Cup side. Now on to the trucks for you. Of course, started in 13th, finished first, comeback story of the day. Before we let you go and enjoy your win here, celebrate with your team, of course, we want to ask you, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out?
I just want to shout out Josh for giving me one heck of a push into 4 to get me in front of the 18. And I really want to make sure I shout out Jordan and what this car means to him. The 65 is a very special number for Parker Motorsports, and to be able to drive it and win a race with the number is just huge for the team and for Jordan.
Well, I mean, I feel like you've kind of gave that number the props it needed to tonight. Putting it in victory lane, putting it on that checkered, flagged area with the fireworks in the sky. Can't get any better than that. Congratulations to you here tonight at the Clash on your first and last win for the Season 3 Cup Series. Hess, we're going to look forward to seeing you in the trucks. And hopefully we have more interviews from you there too, man.
You'll definitely be hearing from me a lot in the truck series. I promise it.
I can't wait for it. You have a good one, man.
Thanks, you too.
Well, you heard it here first. That man is going to be a force to reckon with come down to the truck series. One insane finish to a race. Wreck that brought out the last caution, comes down to the white flag. We're going to show you one more time. Comes down to the white flag, and it all broke loose in the back end. Carden Hansen all the way in the back. This is exactly when the 65 cycled to the outside, bumped the wall a little bit, went 3 wide. 19 came back up, 9 went into him. And then you just saw it happen slowly but surely. Of course, the accidents got a little bit more stronger at the end of that race, and this is where it all went wrong for the rest of the field. A lot of maneuvers, a lot of pushing, a lot of shoving, and there's the wreck that sealed the fate for Caleb Hess to be able to get the first win of the preseason. Excuse me. It has been an insane race tonight. An insane race tonight. Only 2 cautions, and it took 56 laps to get to that point. Start your official results now at this point in time are on the screen. Caleb Hess takes your victory tonight. The 88 of Joshua Mason finishes in second, Kenneth Colson in third. Post in fourth with Parker rounding out your top 5. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back next week. Now that this is wrapped up, season schedule on screen on the 27th. We will have the Daytona 500 qualifying, and following on the 28th, we will have the duel at Daytona. That will wrap up your preseason in blue. On to March 7th will be our official start to the regular season Daytona 500. 200 laps back to stage racing. Stage 1 and 2 will be 60 laps apiece, with stage 3 being 80. And then we go on for the rest of the season. Atlanta is week 2, Vegas at week 3, with realistic paint schemes from 2019 to 2021. All the way down to Nashville as the end race for your regular season. Chicagoland starting the round of 16, Bristol being your elimination. Las Vegas starting the round of 12, with Charlotte being your elimination race. Then we are on to Kansas for the round of 8, with Talladega being your elimination race, which puts us once again to the Ford EcoBoost 300 Championship 4 race at Homestead. We will have an amazing season for you here, as you just saw tonight. We hope you enjoyed. We hope you return back here next week to watch these guys go at it one more time to set their qualifying times, and then, of course, a crazy duel. We hope to see you back. thank you guys for tuning in. And on behalf of Asphalt Racing Network and the NARAS Cup Series, we hope to see you again soon. Have a good night.